Hello there, Sagittarius. It's Jen here from tarotspirit.net. I'm doing a monthly reading for November 2017. Thanks for joining me. So I'm just going to pull some cards and see what types of energies we may encounter. Please remember these are general readings. And if you are interested in ordering a personal reading from me, something happened when they upgraded. They did an upgrade to the software, I guess, and wiped out all the text on my website, and I just haven't had a chance to go in and redo that. So you can still order a reading, but if you have any questions about how I do my readings, and what I do is I tape a YouTube video for you, just go ahead and message me. This is going to be a month of letting go. Let's see if I can. A letting go for a lot of us. Yes. Okay. So the bottom of the deck has the World card. And this is the Druid Craft Tarot. I trimmed it, so it may look a little different than other decks of the same kind. The World card is all about a culmination and a completion, like a wrapping things up so you can move on to something new. So this could point to the ending of a relationship, the ending of a job, the ending of where you may be moving, and we do have the Six of Swords on the table. So any sort of culmination of something, and at the same time, simultaneously moving on to something new. So it's a very positive card. It could be completing a certification, it could be schooling, anything. So it's not a negative ending per se. It can be, but it's almost like something has run its course. It's time. It's time to move on. And, we're coming to the end of Saturn in our sign. That it'll actually end on my birthday on December 21st. That's a nice birthday present. I'll tell you that much. But we're coming to the end of Saturn in our sign, and we've learned you can focus on it, how that was tough, and it was really good for me. Let's put it that way. And I learned a lot, and I grew a lot, and I'm a better person for it. And now it's like we can move forward in the confidence that we learned those lessons from Saturn. And a lot of those lessons are that we don't have to stay stuck in situations that don't work for us. If we're going to buckle down and put on our big boy and girl pants, like Saturn asks of us, it also means being mature and not staying in situations or dealing with things that are not positive and are just sucking our energy. No more negative thinking, no more self-sabotaging, things like that. It's time. And so, sometimes not making a decision is making a decision, and we stay stuck in relationships or jobs or whatever because we're too afraid to move on, because it's almost easier to just stay because we're used to it and it's comfortable. And Saturn's like, no, you have the discipline now, you have the strength, time to move on. And that's the type of energy in it. But it's very positive, don't get me wrong. It's like, because for me, when the Ten of Swords is on the table, this is a card where you've had the breakdown / breakthrough, and it's a lesson learned. You will never repeat this mistake again, or get into this pattern of behavior again, or allow yourself to be in this situation again. You're done. Like, it's not going to happen. And so you will change how you interact in the world moving forward, what you will tolerate in relationships. you'll value yourself more, because Saturn makes you gain confidence because it makes you be super responsible. And when you can count on yourself, for example, if you say, I'm going to get up and work out every morning, and then you hit snooze and never get up, that doesn't do a lot for our self-confidence. It just sort of proves to ourselves, oh yeah, poor me, I'm lazy. Whereas if you say you're going to get up and work out and you get up, you become a much more confident person. So that's how Saturn is helping us to grow up. So sort of, these two together, this Ten of Swords and this Five of Cups, this can be the end of a relationship. It can also be like grieving something. So if there's something you've been hanging on to, like that an old relationship didn't go well, or a situation that didn't go well, and it's like you're still sort of hanging on to it, wondering why it didn't go well, wishing it had gone differently, that type of looking backwards instead of at these cups here, that all of those types of unproductive behavior. It doesn't mean you can't learn, reflect on what happened, but keep the lessons, the wisdom, the knowledge you gain from the situation, and let go of all the other stuff, because that just becomes baggage that we weave into the story in the present, and that shouldn't necessarily be there. For example, if someone cheated on you in the past, if we don't let that go and say, okay, that was that person in this situation, that's separate from this new relationship, and then we project jealousy, we become jealous and we project, this person's going to cheat, and it can deteriorate and corrode and ruin a relationship, because we've brought that into the future when this is a fresh new person, and they don't deserve that type of almost accusations when they haven't done anything. There's a feeling of simplifying, again, lightening your load. It's kind of interesting. It's like, which path are you going to choose? Are you going to, once Saturn goes out of our sign, revert right back to the way you were? Or are you going to choose to move forward with those lessons that you've learned? Or you just have, a choice. Are you going to stay in a bad relationship or move on? Are you going to stay in this job that's comfortable but unsatisfying, or move on? Are you going to, live where you have always lived, or take a chance and move because that's what you really wanted to do? And with the King of Swords and the Two of Swords on the table, it does ask you to make a head-based decision, a more analytical decision, and not, again, let your emotions get woven into a story that just cloud it instead of, or is real information. Fear and worry and anxiety and things like that are not factual information to use for making a decision. And there's a lot of soul searching, going within. Taking all your experiences, everything you've learned in school, from your family, from society, religion, whatever that you've been exposed to and experienced, but going in within and saying, okay, what makes sense to me? Like, what's my guiding light? Like this hermit's lamp is what you take all that information, decide, okay, what makes sense to me? How am I going to conduct myself in the world moving forward? So you really may be quite a changed person, and because it's been a few years, it may not be, or couple and a half years, almost 3 years. It may not be obvious, but I think if you really look back, you'll realize that you've come quite far in this last little bit. So it's saying to get out, enjoy the simple things in life. Don't sweat the small stuff. All those sayings, it's true. Let stuff go, lighten your load. Stop and smell the roses. Really simplify, declutter, and a lot of that decluttering is in our mind. No more self-sabotaging thoughts and behaviors. But here we go. There is an opportunity. So you can decide whether you're going to stay stuck or take it. This is an opportunity to move to something better, something new. And I think a lot of you are choosing that because the world card under there, it's like wrap it up and move on. You're never going to know how a new job, relationship, if you move somewhere, if you try something new, how it's going to work out until you do it. There's just, I joke that I have a crystal ball back here, but really, you never know until you give it a shot. Or a couple shots, because not everything is successful immediately. That's what tenacity and hard work, and that's what Saturn taught us, to work hard, to stay at it, to be persistent, and not just give up or not try at all because it seems hard. And then this opportunity. So you guys, there are opportunities coming in once you sort of are open to it. Opportunities, love opportunities, job opportunities. So put resumes out there, go accept dates, go out with your friends. I have this nice card. For some of you that you may have found out about an infidelity, I'll just throw that out there with the 3 of Cups next to the 5 of Cups. But it's like the relationship wasn't good anyway. So that's what kind of happens. And that's almost sometimes the energy of this card. It's like, you weren't happy anyway, but then when you find out they were cheating and are leaving, you're all upset because it's like you weren't in control. So letting go of control is a huge one. Letting go of things you can't control, and we can only control ourselves. And so that I think that's a huge lesson that we've learned. No more projecting onto other people, but realizing, hey, the buck stops here with us and how we think. And that's what this hermit is, going inside and really figuring out, hey, what can I do? What's my perspective? What am I thinking about the situation, and how is it influencing the situation? And can I shift that perspective? Can I cut away some beliefs and attitudes and perspectives that are holding me back, that aren't serving me? And then I can jump on these new opportunities as they come in hot and fast. So things are going to really change rapidly in November. So just be prepared to jump on board and see where it takes you, and have that enthusiasm of it's an opportunity. It's a new opportunity, and you can do it because you just dealt with Saturn, and you can work hard and be successful. So don't let self-doubt creep in and sabotage you, because this is a really wonderful moving from rough to smoother waters, really moving on, moving forward, leaner and meaner as we hit the end of the year. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.